Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is about using Microsoft PowerPoint. Every computing device allows specific standards for how an application works. This is often set by the operating system installed on the device. For instance, every touchscreen device allows you to use finger and tap access to access the program or a feature such as playing a song. It also enables you to use the index finger and thumb to pinch in or out to zoom in, and the screen and Apple device such as MacBook display icons at the left corner of the program window to minimize, maximize, restore, down, or close the program. A window device also an icons to minimize, maximize, restore, down, or close a program. The difference is that these icons are located at the top right of the corner in the program. So Microsoft Word is also uh, covered in Microsoft 365. So this lesson introduces how to use a desktop application, specifically Microsoft Word, to create simple documents. You will also be introduced to common features you will find in the other desktop application. Upon completion of this lesson, you will be able to start and exit Microsoft Word, identify some common screen elements, create, save, and open documents, change view options for documents, insert, select, modify, and format text, manipulate text using common features, and use the ruler to create, modify, or delete tab settings, change margins, paper size, or the orientation. Insert or remove page breaks. Insert or remove page numbers. Apply column formats. Use find and replace. Print and preview documents. Insert pictures or multimedia files. Work with tables and track changes made in documents. To start an application installed on a Windows 10 device, click the Start button at the lower left corner of the taskbar. Click All Apps command. Scroll in the list and click the menu item for the application you want. For example, to start Word, click Word 2019. Understanding the Backstage View. When you first start an Office application, the program will display a startup screen of available templates to help you get started quickly. A template is a boilerplate that already contains elements such as sample text and format settings. Office programs includes templates for a wide variety of documents. The startup screen is one of the tabs in the Office Backstage View. Microsoft Word is one of the most popular word processing programs used for creating various types of documents, from a short letter or memo to an annual report or brochures. Once you start Word and choose a new blank document, the screen appears similar to the following. So, File tab. And this is the File tab. Quick Access Toolbar. This is the File tab. This is the Quick Access Toolbar. And this is the Title bar. Minimize, maximize, and restore. So, this is the minimize and maximize. On. For the ribbon tab display, this is the ribbon tab display. This is also the ribbon tab. This is the tell me if you have some questions or you need help. And this is the insertion point. The flashing bar on the screen that indicates your current position in the document, commonly referred to as the cursor. And this is the status bar. Okay? You find information about the document currently displayed, such as which page or slide you are viewing, or the total number of pages, or whether an error condition exists. The view buttons quickly change between the different document views available in the application. The zoom slider. Click the button to zoom in or out in the increments of 10% or drag the slider button to a specific zoom percentage. Use screen tips. Screen tips to help identify buttons or elements or the tabs of the ribbons and on the screen. To view a screen tip, position the mouse pointer over the item. A tip include the name of the button or feature and sometimes a brief description of its purpose. The Quick Access toolbar is located above the File tab and include buttons for frequently used commands. By default, this toolbar includes the Save, Undo, and Redo buttons. The ribbon helps you quickly find the command buttons you require to complete a task. Common buttons are grouped logically on each tab, with each tab relating to a type of activity such as inserting picture into a document. Some tabs appears only when they are applicable, as when a picture or table is inserted into the document. Accessing commands and features. A command button is active when it appears with a different color background as seen with the align left button in the previous image. A command button with an arrow provides two choices. Click the command button to activate this option with the current settings, or click the arrow to display a drop-down menu with more options for the command. Each tab on the ribbon includes groups or related commands. So for example, Home tab includes a font group that includes button for formatting text characters, while the Insert tab includes an illustration group from which you can select different types of media to insert into a document. So if a group includes a feature with a scroll bar or scroll buttons, click the More button below the bottom scroll button to display a full list of gallery of choices of that feature. When you position the mouse pointer over an option in a gallery, the program displays a live preview of how the selected item will appear if you apply that option, and you can turn off the preview option in File option if you prefer. Some groups on the ribbon include a Dialog Box Launcher button. At the lower right of the group, click the Dialog Box Launcher to open the corresponding dialog box, task pane, or window associated with the feature you want to apply. So click the Dialog Box Launcher in the Clipboard group on the Home tab to open the Clipboard task pane. The ribbon can be hidden or minimized temporarily to make more space on screen for the document worksheet or slide you are working with. To minimize the ribbon, double-click a tab or click collapse the button on the far right of the ribbon. To redisplay the ribbon, click the Ribbon Display option button at the top right of the screen and then select the display type from the menu. You can also double-click a ribbon tab to display the ribbon again. Entering and editing text. Typing involves using the keyboard to input or enter text seen on the screen. Editing includes actions such as inserting and deleting single characters, words, or multiple lines of text, correcting typographical errors, and inserting or deleting blank lines between paragraphs. The following are basic concepts related to typing and editing text. You can type or insert text at the insertion point in any location you want. The insertion point will move at the right as you type. To move the insertion point to another location in the document, click at the location. To remove text, use the backspace key to delete characters to the left of the insertion point, or press delete to delete characters to the right of the insertion point. Press enter only when you want to end a paragraph or to add a blank line. Using the rulers. The rulers help you identify where to position text, vertical or horizontally. To turn the ruler on or off, on the View tab in the Show group, click Ruler. The ruler uses the default measurement for your location. You can change the unit of measurement in the display area of the Advanced category in Word Options. You can select from inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, or picas, or picas. Selecting text. Selecting or highlighting text tells words exactly which portion of text you want to change. Once text has been selected, the selection remains in place until you deselect it. This allows you to apply multiple actions to that selection. The only exemption is when you delete or replace the selection with that new text. If you inadvertently make the wrong selection or you wish to remove the selection, click anywhere in the document window or press any row direction key to deselect and then begin the selection procedure again. You can select text using the mouse or keyboard, and occasionally you may want to use a combination of mouse and keyboard to select larger piece of text. To select text using the mouse, position the mouse pointer at the beginning of the text to be selected and then drag to highlight the text. To select text using the keyboard, position the insertion point, hold down Shift, and then press the arrow keys to move the insertion point. To highlight the text, release Shift when the text is highlighted. To select a word, double-click the word. To select a sentence, hold Ctrl and click anywhere in the sentence. To select a paragraph, triple-click anywhere in that paragraph. To select the entire document on the Home tab in the Editing group, click Select and then select All or press Ctrl+A. Selecting non-consecutive text. To select multiple pieces of text in different areas of the document, you must select the first piece of text and then press the hold Ctrl as you select the next piece of text. Managing files. As noted previously, it is important to understand file management so you can save in open documents. The concepts learned in working with files in an operating system can be applied here when determining where to save files or where to find files to open to the screen. It is important to save your documents frequently as you work on them. This ensures that if an unexpected problem arises, such as power outage, you will have a recently saved version of your work and not be forced to recreate all of it. You can save files to any location on the local drive, a network drive, or a portable media device such as USB flash drive. Once you have saved a file, you can retrieve or open it from any of these locations. You can have multiple documents open on the screen, including new documents that have not saved yet. To save a document, click the File tab and then click Save or Save As. The second panel provides you options regarding the file name and file type. It also displays a list of commonly accessed folders, and these folders vary based on the location currently selected in the first panel. So for instance, the first screen in the following image displays that what appears if you are using OneDrive, the online storage location provided by Microsoft. The second image displays folders available in the Documents folder on the local drive. Notice how the location is clearly identified at the top of the second panel. thereby giving you the option to click the arrow before the location name if you want to move to another location. You can also click more options to open the Save As dialog box from which you can navigate to any location. Understanding Word and File Types. By default, Word automatically assigns a .docx extension to the end of the file name. However, you can save a Word document in other file formats. Word, like most word processing application, can handle several document types. This allows you to create a file in one program and save it to a format readable by other programs. For example, if you create a file in Word and need to share the file with someone who does not have Word but has an application that supports any of these listed file types, you can save your document to the file you have in common and then successfully share the file. So, file types commonly associated with word processing programs include Word document, that this default format for 2016 and 19, Word document or .doc for 2007 version, plain text for text file, rich text format for the font and paragraph formatting, embedded images, PDF or portable data document program, to view the documents on any operating system, and Publisher Documents file, the default for Microsoft Publisher. To save a Word document as different file type, click the arrow for the Save As Type field to display a list of available file formats. Each time you start Word, the Backstage View appears where you can easily create a new blank document. Choose from a variety of built-in templates that will help you lay out particular types of documents or open an existing documents. To create a new blank document in Backstage, click New and then click Blank Document from the list program or Documents. You can also press Ctrl plus N to quickly create a new blank document. This shortcut can be used in all Office applications. To choose from the variety of pre-designed templates for a new document, click one of the templates displayed and click Create. Each time you create a new document, a document number will automatically appear in the title bar. So for example, if you have 3 new Word documents open and you create another new one, Word will assign it the number 4 and the title bar will display document 4. Document numbering resets back to document 1 each time you start a new session of Word, using this generic name as a reminder that you have not yet saved the file with a descriptive and memorable name. Once you have finished editing a document, close the document to clear the screen and memory. This enables you to start or open another document without all documents cluttering up your screen. To close document, click the File tab and then Close. You can also press Ctrl plus W or Ctrl plus F4 to close a document quickly. And this shortcut can be used in all Office applications. To close the Word application, click Close. Once a file is saved, you can open it from where it is located. The document is presented on the screen for further processing. You can open as many documents as needed. Only the amount of available memory on your system limits the number of documents you can have open simultaneously. Use the following methods to open a document. Click the File tab, click Open, and then click the file name from the list of recent documents. Or, click the File tab, click Open, click the location where the file or its folder is located, and click Browse to to select the file using the open dialog box. You can also press Ctrl plus O or Ctrl plus F12 and then navigate to where the file is located. And this can be used with all Office applications. The read-only attribute can help prevent others from making changes to a document. There are two methods you can use to apply this attribute to a document from within a Word. Anytime you open a document that comes to your computer over the internet, Word opens the document in Protected View. Protected View automatically applies the read-only attribute to the file until you specify otherwise, thereby protecting you from content that may potentially contain viruses, malware, or other items that can be harmful to your computer. You can identify a file that is Protected View the moment you open it. When the file is open, Word display a message below the ribbon similar or stated that Protected View, be careful. Files from the internet can contain virus. Unless you need to edit, it's safer to stay in Protected View. A file open in Protected View is a read-only mode. You will not be able to do anything other than read the file until you click Enable Editing. When you view the properties for this file in the Backstage, the following screen display. You notice that Word reminds you that you are still in Protected View. You can then choose to view more information about this mode or choose another actions. You can manually open a file in Protected View using an option in the Open Dialog box. Click File in Open, then click Browse to open the Open Dialog box. Navigate to the file, click it to select it, then click the arrow for the Open button and click Open in Protected View. Notice that you can also choose to open the file in a read-only format if you do not want to inadvertently make changes to the documents. If you select this option, Word will prompt you to save the file with a different name, thereby keeping the original file intact. Once you click the read-only recommended option, you can click OK and then click Save. So, to save a document, of course, anyone who opens this document is then notified that the file is read-only and can only be saved with a different name than the original. Manipulating text. Editing is the process of adding, deleting, or changing text. In many cases, you will select text before you edit it. Be careful when making changes to selected text. The moment you press a key or click an option, all the selected text is affected. Customizing the view. On occasion, you may need to change the view to see more or less of the document before you can select the piece of text. You can adjust how a document display by selecting the appropriate option using the View tab. We had read mode, print layout, web layout, outline, and draft. Adjusting the zoom. The ability to enlarge the text display can be very useful when you are working with a small font size, whereas the ability to reduce the zoom display is useful when you are working with landscape or horizontal orientation. And to adjust the zoom display, click an option from the zoom area on the status bar. Click the zoom level button to open the zoom dialog box if you want to choose a specific zoom percentage or a number of pages to show. You can set the zoom percentage anywhere from 10 to 500%, or you can have Word automatically adjust the magnification to view the entire width of the page of the text on screen. When changing the view, the position of the insertion point will determine the zoom area. Keep in mind that the zoom feature controls only the screen display. The amount of text that display when you change the zoom percentage is based on the display setting and size of your monitor. Changing the magnification level has no effect on the size of the text or image when it is printed. Using undo. Anytime you perform an action and then need to reverse the action, on the quick access toolbar, click undo to undo the last actions or command perform. You can also press Ctrl plus C to undo the last action. This works in all Office applications. You can also click the arrow for the undo button to display a list of 100 consecutive actions performed, and you can also undo sequential actions only. The undo command cannot be used to reverse certain actions such as saving a file or printing a file. Generally, the undo feature cannot be used on any command access through the File tab. If you change your mind after undoing an action, you can redo the action by clicking the redo button on the quick access toolbar. This key will appear in color once there is an action to undo or redo. If you want to repeat the last action on the quick access toolbar, click repeat, and you can repeat this action anywhere in the document simply by clicking in the next location of the clicking repeat. You can repeat the spacing change action as many times as you need until you perform a different action. You can also press Ctrl plus W to redo to the last action or press F4 to repeat the last action. The main difference in using cut and copy is that the cut command actually removes the selection from its original spot and pastes or places it in the new location. Using the copy command makes a copy of the selection, leaving the original intact, and paste the copy in the new location. So once you paste an item, the paste option button appears at the bottom right of the paste item with choices for pasting the selected items. So to display the clipboard task pane on the Home tab, in the clipboard group, click the Clip Art Dialog Box Launcher. To paste one item into the current location in the document, click an item on the clipboard. Point an item on the clipboard to display a drop-down arrow at the right of the item. Click the arrow to display menu. Use delete to delete only this item from the clipboard, or use paste to paste only this item in the current location. Once text is selected, you can quickly move text by dragging it to the new location and then dropping or releasing the mouse button to place the text. As you drag selected text, the mouse cursor will display as this one. Use this as a reminder that you are dragging text. It is recommended that you use drag and drop when you need to move text a small distance in the document. Applying formatting. So, you can apply formatting to text as you type it or after you have typed it. You can turn most formatting features on and off by clicking the appropriate button on the ribbon or mini toolbar. When you want to remove all formatting from selected text, on the Home tab in the font group, click Clear Formatting. Enhancing text character. So character formatting refers to any feature that changes the appearance of characters on the screen and in print. you can control the following aspect of the character formatting. So, you can format, of course, the font size, the character spacing, and of course, the effects. So, there are several ways to apply formatting to selected text characters. And you can also enhance text using keyboard shortcuts such as Ctrl+B for bold, Ctrl+I for italic, and Ctrl+U for underline. Word provides a number of tools that allow you to change an entire paragraph to best suit the message in your document. Many of the following items will affect the amount of vertical white space between lines of text and paragraphs. Several of these tools can also assist you in maintaining consistency in order to produce a professional-looking document. Alignment refers to the way the left and right edges of the paragraph line up horizontally on the page. You can easily change the alignment in your document using one of the following four options in the paragraph group on the Home tab. Of course, you can choose center, this one. You have also an align left, no? Or align left. Align right, of course. The sample align right. And of course, justify. So, line spacing refers to the amount of space between lines or type text measured from the baseline of one line to the baseline of the next. So to set or change the line spacing on the Home tab in the paragraph group, click Line in Spacing, Paragraph Spacing. To set or change the paragraph spacing, click the Layout tab in the paragraph group, Set as Required. In order to use tabs for aligning text, you need to do the two things. Define the position of the tab tabs on the page and use the tab key when entering text. Considering the following tips regarding setting tabs, of course. So, click the tab selector box until the desired tab alignment character display and then click in the roller where the tabs stop in the place. Actually, to clear all the current tabs at once, press Ctrl+Q. And to adjust the position of a tab stop, click the tab character on the ruler and drag it to the new position. Changing the paper size. So, the default paper size is 8.5 by 11. Then changing the orientation, either portrait, landscape, or then to change the orientation for a document on the Layout tab in the Page Setup group, click Orientation, then select an option. For margins, it determines the amount of the space between the edge of the paper in the area where the text is printed. You can adjust the margin setting to the entire document or for specific parts of the document. The margin boundaries for the left and right margins appear on the top roller. Although the indent markers may obscure the left margin markers, you can access the left margin marker by pointing precise between the left indent and first line indent markers. You can access the right margin marker by pointing above the right indent marker. So, as what we have here. Type margin or top margin, then left margin. So this is for the top, left margin, and the right margin. To change your margins on the Layout tab in the Page Setup group, click Margins, or to adjust the margins using the roller, point the mouse pointer at the margin, and when the appropriate arrows appears, drag to the measurement you want the margin. You can add page number to a document at any time. Page numbers can be inserted at any position on the page, though they are usually placed in the header or footer. To insert page number into your document on the Insert tab, in the Header and Footer group, click Page Number. So, as what we have here, we have top of page, bottom page, and the page margins, current position, and format page number. And this will be the sample, okay, for formatting the number. You can apply columns to text before or after you type. You may find it easier to type and edit the text first, and then apply multiple columns formatting. To create columns in the Layout tab, in the Page Setup group, click Columns. So if you want to end the flow of text at the bottom of one column, insert a column break and force text to the top of the next column. To insert a column break, press Ctrl plus Shift plus Enter. Word document tools to automate proofing and also display visual hints if it encounters an item that should be viewed. So, based on what we have here, it means to say that we have an incorrect spelling, incorrect grammar for this example. So, to run a spelling and grammar check on the Review tab in the Proofing group, click Spelling and Grammar. So, when Word finds the first misspelled word in the document, it displays the item in the Spelling and Grammar pane at the top. You click Option to specify how you want to proceed. Either ignore, ignore all, add, suggestions, change, or change all. Contextual error refers to words that have the same sound but different spellings and meanings depending on the context. Some words that often give rise to contextual errors include their refers to a place, their possessive form, or their contraction for they are, its possessive form, and its contraction for it is. So we have where, right, a lot. Contextual errors with spelling or grammar errors appear in the top of the spelling and grammar pane. So again, it provides suggestion. You can ignore or you can change. To activate the Find feature, press Ctrl plus F. To display the navigation pane, with the navigation pane, you need only enter the text you want to find in the search field and press Enter. So, click Search for more things to have Word search your document. Each time you activate the Find feature within any given word session, Word will display the last search criteria entered. When you exit Word, all the boxes in the Find in Place dialog box will clear. To immediately clear the search field, click the X Stop Searching button. So, to activate the Replace feature on the Home tab in the Editing group, click Replace. You can also press Ctrl plus H to open the Find and Replace dialog box. So, if you search for an item prior to activating Replace, so as I mentioned earlier, so you can have more, replace, replace all, find next, and cancel. To preview or print a document, click the File tab and click Print. So use an option in the first panel to control what prints, how it will print, and where it will print. or you just simply press Control P. To preview or print a document, click the File tab and click Print. So you have print, how many copies, the printer, the properties, the settings, the print slides, and collated. We have an orientation, of course. Choose which orientation should be used for printing this document. The paper size, if it is short or long coupon band or A4. Margins, paper page per sheet. And you can use the option at the bottom of the second panel to move among pages in this in the document to adjust the zoom level or to zoom into the page. Inserting picture. To insert a picture, position the mouse pointer in the document where you want the picture to be placed, and then go on the Insert tab in the illustration group, click Picture. Or display a dialog box which you use to select the picture file, similar to opening a text file. Navigate to where the picture file is located. Select it and then insert it into the document. You can also search online for pictures. Position the mouse pointer where you want the graphic to be placed, and then on the Insert tab in the Illustrations group, click Online Pictures. So if you want to view as many pictures as possible that match the search criteria, click the down arrow up at the right of the CC Only field and click All Images. You can point at an image to show some properties about the picture, specifically where this picture is located, and zooming on the picture as seen in the following. So to insert the image, click the checkbox at the top left of the image and then click Insert. You can insert pictures into a document as inline objects or as floating objects. An inline object acts as a text character in a paragraph. A floating object can be placed whenever in the document. Moving pictures. Okay, if it is inline object, the mouse pointer display as when you drag it. If it is a floating object, the mouse pointer display as and when you drag the picture, it changes. So as what we have here, this will be the sample. And this is for the floating object. In sizing picture, you can use the handle to size a picture. So vertically, horizontally, and to adjacent. So changing the wrapping style enable the picture to float or be positioned anywhere in the document. So to change the text wrapping style for a picture object, select the picture and then on the Format tab of Picture Tools in the Arrange group, click Wrap Text to choose the appropriate text wrapping style. So we have different wrap text here. So actually the most common is behind text. Okay? So inline, this one, tight, through, top and bottom, behind text, and in front of text. Cropping refers to the ability to cut off certain portions of the picture. So using this feature, you can crop pictures horizontally or vertically. For more precise cropping, you must use a dedicated graphics program. So we have here this one, This is for top and bottom, this is for left and right, and this is for adjacent. The mouse cursor displays the appropriate direction based on the side you are grabbing. Use the table features to arrange column of text in numbers, group, paragraph side by side, or create forms. So, you have table selectors, columns, rows, and cell. So, this will be an example of a table selector. So, in the drop-down menu, position your mouse pointer over the box in the upper left corner and begin dragging across, down, or diagonally over the grid to specify the number of columns and rows you want. So, this will be a shortcut way on how to insert table in Microsoft Word. Another way around is to click Insert Table. So, identify the table size, auto-fit behavior, and remember dimension for new tables. So, you can use the following methods to move within a table using the keyboard. Press Enter to add more lines or text in the same cell. Press the Tab key to move to the next cell, or press Shift plus Tab to move to the previous cell. If you need a table larger than 8 by 10, use the Insert Table feature. You can format the text and table in the same manner as you format regular text. You can also apply formatting option to the entire table or to the parts of it. Inserting and deleting rows in cells. So you can insert additional rows and columns into a table after you have created. So this will be the process. This is to insert, and this is to delete cell. And in Microsoft Word, you will be able to see this one. To adjust the column width or row height, okay, so we have here the process. And this will be a shortcut key. We have distribution rows and distribution columns. To merge cells, select the cell and then under Table Tools on the Layout tab in the Merge group, click Merge Cells. To split a cell into multiple cells, select the cell and then under Table Tools on the Layout tab in the Merge group, click Split Cells. Specify the appropriate number of columns and rows, then click OK. To turn on Track Changes on the Review tab, in the Tracking group, click Track Changes to control how much of the tracking information is visible on the screen. On the Review tab, in the Tracking group, click the arrow for Display for Review and click an option. So as what we have here, then Word will move the next changes or comments once you have accept or reject a change. So accept and move to the next. Accept all changes and stop tracking. Reject, move to next. Then repeat all changes or reject all changes and stop tracking. So that's it. So this time, this lesson introduces you to Microsoft Word, where you learn how to create simple documents and how to manipulate the content for a professional look and layout. So you should now be able to start and exit Microsoft Word, identify some common screen elements, create, save, and open documents, change view options for documents, insert, select, modify, and format text, manipulate text using common features, use the roller to create, modify, or deleted tab settings, change margins, paper size, or orientation, insert or remove page break, insert or remove page number, apply column formats, find in place, print and preview documents, insert pictures in multimedia files, work with tables, and track changes made in the documents. Then, as what we have here, you are also allowed to visit some advanced feature of Microsoft Word, specifically mail merge, inserting table in formulas through this link. So, good luck. Enjoy the rest of the semester.